Everybody, this is Bonnie Barker and with BonnieBayCrochet.com, and I want to welcome you to Friday Fun Live. Looks like we have a lot of people already in the chat. I just wanted to say hello to you. Thank you for joining me, and I just figured out how to get into that in a way that I didn't know before. So learning new things all the time. Let's see, who do we have? I just want to say hey to everybody. Oh my goodness, we have Gloria and Karen. Let's see, Wendy Mott. We have Esther. Hey, Esther. She's going to help us out a little bit today with being another moderator. Let's see. We have Discovering Hope. Can't talk this morning. And I have my daughter, Becky. Hey, Becky. Taking care of Grandma down in South Carolina for us. Keeping everybody safe. And we have Esther. Well, I just wanted to say hello and just to remind you, if you could hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber already, and maybe hit the thumbs up and also the little notification bell. Let me go ahead and turn this a little bit. My family is getting their lunch in the kitchen, so if you hear some noises out there, that's them delightfully eating. So anyway, my daughter Hannah and my husband did me a great favor today and went shopping for us. So now I have saline solution for my contacts and lots of fresh grapes for my lunch. So it's one of those things we haven't done in about a week and a half. So they went out today, and I have to tell you, this is totally off topic and has nothing to do with crochet, but I'm really excited that I found out that I can get my paint from Home Depot today. We had thought that it was like not allowed for you to go into the store and get that since it's not absolutely necessary, but really for my mental health, I've got a lot of work to do in the home. So this next week, I'm probably not going to get much crocheting done. Probably going to be busy painting my mom's old place, which is kind of an in-law suite attached to our house. So we're just going to try to freshen that up and get that, kind of up and going. Well, anyway, let's see if I did see a couple comments come in. We have Christine from Scotland. Wow, Christine, thank you for staying up and joining us. I guess it's probably supper time for you all there. I guess I'm guessing about 6 hours ahead. So, and Deb Sky from Toronto, and is it Caminado, if I'm saying that right, from the North Pole. Wow. She said, just found this and following right away. The crochet fillet from the back is so beautiful. Where can I find the pattern? I actually looked that up last week. This is actually a design in an old Crochet World magazine. I want to say 2014. But I can look that up again. I looked it up for last week's live, and I answered a person's question on it, but for the life of me, I can't remember the exact edition, but I think it's 2014, but I'll try to look that up. If you can email me to bonniebay@me.com, if you just send me an email, I'll answer that. And that way, if you email me, I won't forget about responding on that question. Let's see, we have Rihanna and Denise from New Jersey. We have Carol Walker. Thank you for joining us, Carol, from Florida. My favorite, it's my home state. Send some sunshine up, please. It's still cold here. I got used to that 80-degree weather in South Carolina a few weeks back, and now I'm back home in Maryland. And I mean, the high today is going to be like 50 degrees, which may seem warm to you all out in Colorado since you just got that snow. But to me, who's gotten used to that warm weather, feels kind of cold. I'm wearing 2 layers just inside the house right now. Let's see, we have Sue and Lisa from, is it Bornholm, Denmark? Wow. I probably really butchered that name. I'm so sorry, Lisa, but wow, thank you for joining us from such a far place. I've never been to Denmark. Would like to add that to my list. And Lorraine from Alabama. And I just had the thing jump on me. Okay. Let's see. Christine from Reston, Virginia. Hi, neighbor. That's not too far from me. Just across that old Potomac River. And Alice and Kathy from Ingersoll, Ontario. Georgia Kenley, hello, thanks for joining us. And Deborah Wood, and let's see, Sandra. She says she's hand quilting right now. Wow, you're a better woman than me, Sandra. I love, love, love the look of quilts. I just don't have the patience to sit at that machine. Uh, the sewing machine and I tolerate each other, and that's about it. And I actually have a good machine, but anyway. Um, so we have Swift Gaming from, is it Stigler, Oklahoma? Using English phonetics there. And Peggy, thank you for joining us. And Christine says she's crocheting. Hold on a second. Have crocheted your Erin throw twice. Wow. You've crocheted it more than me. I think I've crocheted it twice too. But the first one was the prototype, and the second one they had me make a much smaller version of it. I hope you enjoyed that one. It's one of my favorites. Actually, I have made it more. I made one of those for my son and his wife for their wedding. Um, for those of you who don't know, that's actually a free video courtesy of Red Heart Yarns I did for them, wow, back in 2011. So it's been a while, so it's 9 years old. All the video tutorials are on this YouTube channel if you just go to my homepage, and in the little search bar with the little search icon, just write Erin Throw, and the complete playlist, whether either for right-handed or left-handed, whichever one you need are there, and they should come up for you. Kathy Breyer, thank you. She says, I hope you and your family are well. By the grace of God, yes, we are doing well. Everybody, we're playing by the rules here with, staying home and everything, and being very careful with things that come into the house. And so far, the extended family too. My kids and all along the East Coast are well. Grandma Barker is doing well. So we are indeed thankful and actually enjoying the time. I mean, this is kind of like a taste of early retirement for my husband, because he's practicing being at home. He does some work on his computer, but has been busy cutting down some trees in the backyard, dead trees, and so we're getting some work done around the house that's needed to be done for years. I'm getting ready, like I said, getting ready to get some painting done. Organized a lot, got rid of a lot of clothes yesterday, so we're getting a lot of things done. Let's see. Becky says it's 75 degrees. Oh, Becky, wow, 75 degrees down there. Send that up, okay? We could use some warm weather. We're supposed to be like in the 40s until, I don't know, at least throughout the next week or so. I'm falling behind, guys. Okay, so we have Jan Moss from North Carolina. Hey, Jan, thanks for joining us. Looks like our mail truck just pulled up outside. And we have, okay, Rihanna says she's from London. Wow. I love visiting your town. We just watched a movie the other night together as a family, and it was really kind of cool to watch the movie, and part of it was filmed in London, and just to be able to know, I know where that is, and I remember standing there, and so that was kind of a fun way to watch a movie, an old movie, but yet with new eyes. We have CZ from North California. I would love to go to North California. I like the southern part. See, Michelle, she says it's snowing in central Indiana. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that, Michelle. Maybe just a spring snow. Maybe it'll here today, gone tomorrow. And Deborah Wood from Virginia says, yeah, it's cold there too. We have, is it Muis too from South Africa? Hello there. I love some of the yarn. Some of the yarn here, if you see this here, Muis, this is yarn from South Africa, the Eco Cotton. We've got a project coming to the channel May 4th. Remember, May the 4th be with you. That's when the first video is coming, and I have to tell you a little bit of a horror story. I had thought that I had lost the video footage from putting this together. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, probably from the transition, traveling a lot with the computer and everything. And I thought, sure, it was on my little SD card, and it had kind of an issue. Sometimes those SD cards don't treat you right. And anyway, my husband was able to recover the video footage I need. So I'm like, phew, dodged another bullet there, and had to re-record part of it, just on the actual making of the square, which I was able to do. Another couple hours worth of work, and was able to get that knocked out. But just to let you know, video using video and uploading things online, on YouTube, uh, there's a lot that goes into that. It's not for the faint of heart. And so anyway, I'm really glad and relieved that those videos are actually uploaded, and I just going to be releasing them on May the 4th, and then whatever 4 plus 7 is the 11th. I gave May the 11th. Okay, the 4th will be video number 1, May the 11th video number 2, and the second video is the one that shows you how to connect it together. But I promise, I'm pretty sure most of you are not going to sit down. I don't know, maybe some of you will do 42 squares in a week. It took me a few weeks to do those, at a more relaxed pace, but those videos are coming, and I'm real excited about that. Let's see, we have Brenda Rayburn from Richmond, Virginia. Hey, Brenda, thanks for joining us today. And Jessica from Texas. We have, is it Linda Carter? Is that Linda? It looks like it's mistyped. So it says Linfa. Anyway, well, hi there from Scotland. And we have Tanya from Prince George, British Columbia. Wow. Wait, you guys are cold up there. If I'm getting cold weather, I know you guys are freezing up there. Wow. And we have Daniela from Chile. Thank you for joining us. And Teresa says that they have nice weather in coastal North Carolina. Oh, I bet you do. North Carolina's, we actually honeymooned in North Carolina many, many moons ago, back in 1988. And where was it? It was the Outer Banks. We started in I can't remember now, but anyway, spent some time driving down the Outer Banks at a very relaxed pace, and it was lovely. Canese Ray says, I'm making the Erin Hart's throw in peach velvet for my granddaughter, due at the end of June. Oh, how sweet. I would love to see a picture of that. If you all ever want to post a picture, you can just send it to me at bonniebay@me.com, or you just post it direct to my Facebook page. If you go to Facebook, the name of the page is Bonnie Bay Crochet. And please like the page if you do Facebook. I mean, if you don't, that's not a problem. I don't spend too much time there. I mostly focus on the craft page, on the crochet page there. That's where all the encouraging people are. So that's pretty much all that I have time for now. Hey, Wanda, thank you for joining us. And Marie, from down there in Charleston, South Carolina, thank you for joining me, Marie. And Kathleen Champ. See Yvonne from New Mexico. And see Jessica Hendrick. Okay, Kathleen's in Northern California. I'm going backwards here a little bit. And Tammy. And let me see let me make sure I don't miss anybody. And we have Book Girl 919, is it Book Girl 97? Says hola from Puerto Rico. Hola, amigo. Welcome, welcome. And we have, is it Ma Lenio from Waterloo, Ontario? Hello, thank you for joining us. Let's see. Yeah, Linfa in Scotland says that it is cold, 12 degrees centigrade. I'm not sure what that converts to in Fahrenheit. My brain's not that good. Craig, do you know what 12 degrees centigrade is? In the upper 40s. Okay, that's what my wonderful man in there says. Upper 40s. So, that is still cold. That's still sweater weather. I'm ready to dispense with these. Not to complain. So easy to complain, isn't it? Monique in the Netherlands, thank you for joining us. And we have Priscilla from South Africa, another South Africa friend. I want you to know that is numero uno on my bucket list. I want to go visit my friends Jennifer and Anne in South Africa. That's on my next wish list. So I need to start saving up my yarn money so I can go to South Africa once we start flying again. And Johnny's in the chat. I'm up to the popcorn stitch on the colorful cables afghan. Long way to go. That's okay, Johnny. That's supposed to be a joy in the journey, not a race. So, take your time, my friend. And for those of you who don't know, you can check out my homepage. I have something called the Colorful Cables Afghan. It's an Afghan. All the tutorials are up, if you're looking for the yarn is available, I believe, from lovecrafts.com. It's very economically priced. It's 100% acrylic yarn, a really nice acrylic yarn. And you need like 20 scans of it. But all the information is on my site. If you go to those videos and you look in the video description, that's the big secret. All the information you need is always try to put it in the video description so you don't have to go hunting all over, Google and everything. So you should be able to see that. And there's actually a video on the homepage of a collection of about, I think it's around 50 different pictures of completed works that people just like you have completed. Because of all the different stitches, it can be a little intimidating. People think, oh, I could never do that, but they're all based on the very basic stitches, and I have proof that a lot of people can do that. And there are some people in that video show that said they were beginners. They've been crocheting less than a year. So if they can do it, you seasoned crocheters I know can probably do it blindfolded with one hand tied behind your back. Well, maybe not, but anyway. Okay, so let me see what we got here. Da, da, da. We have Demi from Australia. Thank you for joining us. I hope things are going well there. It's kind of funny, the other day, my kids and I were talking on our little FaceTime, and somebody said, remember the fires in Australia? And we're like, yeah, that just seems like years ago. That was about 2 months ago. So I really hope you all are doing better. I haven't heard anything in the news about that recently, but I know that even though the crisis is still on, sometimes the news moves on to something more exciting in their opinion. So hope you all are doing well. So love visiting your country. Let's see, we have Diane from New Jersey. I hope you're doing well there, Diane. We have Harita. She's working on the Afghan from your video. It's looking good so far. Hello from Burbank, California. Good. I'm glad. That's always good news. I do I do help people when they have issues, but I really prefer to hear that people are doing well with these videos. I know they can be challenging. Mitzi wants to know any patterns on baby outfits. Not yet. I haven't really gotten too much into that. Maybe in the future when grandparenthood happens, but right now that's just not been a priority for me. But there are many other wonderful things on the market out there. I'm sure if you just do a quick Google search, you'll be able to find some fantastic tutorials. I know there are some really good YouTube channels that specialize in things like that. So you might want to check that out. I have Brenda Evans from Georgia. See, Stacy Richards says, I'm making your granny square blanket in teal and gray multicolored yarn. Love it. Great, Stacy. I think she may be referring to the Easy Beginner continuous granny square baby blanket. If those of you looking for beginner baby blankets, I've got a ton of those. I've got a book on Amazon called Easy Beginner Baby Blankets where you can get all the patterns. I think there's like 11 baby blanket patterns in that book. Has all the video links so you don't have to go searching for those. But if you want just the video links, just go to my homepage, and while you're there, subscribe. And if you look under the playlist, I have a right-handed playlist and a left-handed playlist for you. You can see all the baby blankets there, boom, in one fell swoop. And you can decide which ones you like. If you're looking for a written pattern, you can buy the individual PDF. All that information again is in the video descriptions. But if you want a complete collection, the book is available from Amazon. I believe it's $14.99, and it's actually a better deal to buy the book than it is to buy individual patterns. But I understand some of you just need one pattern, and that's good. It's a lot cheaper to just buy the one pattern. Totally get that. And they'll let you know the patterns are totally ad-free, so that you don't have to worry about a bunch of pop-ups or anything like that. And that's why I do ask, for the fee, which is about half of a cup of a coffee when you're buying coffee out. So that helps me to be able to do what I do here and to keep on doing what I do here, which is the goal right now. Um, let's see. Okay, Wanda says, I'm enjoying the woven stitch, thinking about making a dishcloth using it. Wanda, I think that's a great idea because it'll be really, using cotton yarn, that'll really be heavy duty and a good stitch, I think, for scrubbing those pots and pans, my friend. That's a great idea. And actually, I think it would provide enough cushion, too, if you wanted to make a hot pad, to put in between your counter and your hot pot that you put on for supper. Okay, Kathy, looks like Kathy's having some technical difficulties there. Rihanna says, I'm currently working on my first ever crochet project. It's a blanket, so it's taking forever. Yeah, Rihanna, my first project was a blanket too. My first real thing that I actually finished, and it actually took me 2 years. And I showed it to you all. I guess I put it up in the closet. I showed it to y'all a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. But there's a video on that, Rihanna, if you wanted to see my little story about that, my first project. I hope you're enjoying it. And don't feel like you have to finish that before you get to something else. If you want to try something small, feel the freedom to try another project. If you ask any of the crafters on this channel or any other channels, I think you'll find that we have like what we call works in progress, and I always have several going. If I get bored with one, I can just pick up another, and it keeps my mental health at a pretty good pace, a pretty good place. We have Archernace joining us. Thank you for your sweet comment there. And she says it's snowing in Ohio. Oh boy, keep it in Ohio. It's so beautiful to see the snow, but this time of the year, I'm ready for that sunshine. We have Debbie from Connecticut joining us. Sandra says she made the crochet virus mask. I really like the outcome. I will send you a picture through email. That would be great, Sandra. I'd love to see it. My husband and daughter actually, they wore a different mask today, but they actually had to wear masks for the first time out to the store. Yes, Deborah says, check bag a day. She has lots of baby toddler dresses. Yeah, she has a lot of stuff on that channel. Great, Kathy's back. She says she can hear us now. Sometimes if the mute button gets hit on the computer, that will do that. And Barbara Wilson says, I adore your round dishcloth video. Oh, thank you, Barbara. That was really a lot of fun for me to make. That was one of my projects I actually designed for my Craft Yarn Council certification. I have both classes that I took and passed, gosh, years ago, so that I could be an officially certified teacher and work out in public, like in Michael's and places like that. But that was a long time ago. I really enjoyed making that. Let's see. We have Marcia from Massachusetts. Hello, Marcia. And Deborah says, if starting out, start with smaller projects so you're not overwhelmed. Yep, that's a good idea. And I think I've caught up. Yeah, Patricia from Australia. Thank you for joining us, Patricia. Well, I wanted to thank you all, those of you who participated in my community poll. If you go to the YouTube homepage, you can hit the community tab. Sometimes I'll post things in that. And I posted a poll. I'm still kind of new at this, but I was just looking for ideas, and the question was, what would be your favorite item to crochet during the summer from this list? And of course, I could only list 5 things. That's the only thing the program on YouTube would let me list. I would have listed probably 15 if I could have. But of the 5 things that I listed, this is the first one, an Afghan or throw crocheted 1 square at a time. 15% of who responded said that would be their pick. Summer cotton scarf or a shawl. 14% responded that would be their favorite of these five. Dishcloths and things for the kitchen, 10%. That was the that one came in last place. And a summer cotton tank top or sweater, that actually got 33%. So a lot more people like the idea of a cotton top, tank top or a sweater. And the other one was Afghans of any type for Christmas presents and such, and that was 28%. So, oh, excuse me. Um, so I was surprised by that. Usually, Afghans win the day, but from this poll, it looks like you all are looking for some kind of a cotton tank top. So I am actually going to be working on something like that. I'm going to be in touch, do some search on knit picks, and I'm thinking about going with some of this sport yarn for this project. I really, really, really like this yarn. I made a poncho. This is not the same yarn. This is actually yarn by Cascade Yarns called the Pima Cotton. But I made another Afghan using this, not Afghan, a poncho. And I really like the way it turned out as well. And it has a nice soft feel to it. And I'm thinking it's also very economical. I think I already said that. So be in touch, just stay tuned and I'll see what I come up with. I do have a design from last year that I made for myself, but I can't wear it anymore because I lost so much weight. So it's like 3 sizes too big. So I'll see what I can do. I'm definitely going to look into that. Let's see, we got some new comments here. Let's see, Twyla says, just spent 37 days at Myrtle Beach. Time to get down to business. Received my yarn for the color Afghan. Yay! So Twyla, are you, okay, so you just spent 37 days. I'm guessing you don't live in Myrtle Beach. Because I'm not far from, usually I'm not far from there. Right now I'm in Maryland, but when I'm down in South Carolina, I'm usually in Conway, which is just maybe, 20 to 30 minutes drive from Myrtle Beach, depending on the traffic, which has been very light these days. So I hope you enjoyed your time there. The weather has been fantastic down there. Kathleen Champ says she's making Bag-O-Day's ladies chevron top for her 5-year-old granddaughter as a dress. Okay, yeah, I see you guys are talking about some being helpful towards one another. Esther says, I like making a scarf. Smaller things are better for me. I can't handle big things too much. I understand that, Esther. Big things definitely take a commitment, but I got some big things in the works. As soon as the overseas shipping resumes, I've actually got an Afghan for the summer, and I can't show it to you guys because I can't get the yarn that I need. I needed 3 more scans of yarn. This the hazards of designing. You order the yarn ahead, you think you're gonna have enough, but then you realize, okay, I need 3 more of a particular color, and that's actually the one color that's out of stock in the States with Lovecraft. So I have to wait until international shipping resumes, probably this summer, before I can finish this thing. But I think you're really gonna like it, but I have to hold that one back just for a little bit. For those of you who are just joining us, if you could hit that like button. I know I've said that before in the broadcast, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. And if you hit that notification bell, you'll be notified whenever I post, either in the community. I think you do get notifications for that in the community section, and whenever I go live, I think you'll get a reminder on that. Let's see, did I bring it down here? No, I did not. Did I? Where did I do it? Okay. Brain misfired again, guys. I have, coming in 2 weeks, a new beginning knitting project. This is just a simple scarf where if you've never knit before, I think you can learn. I'm teaching the continental method using size 13 circular needles, and I used a super bulky weight yarn. And the reason I picked the super bulky weight yarn is because it's a nice yarn from Knit Picks, but also because it works up very quickly. Okay, I actually finished this scarf. I started it and finished it within a day, which is unusual for me because I am not particularly as fast at knitting as I am crocheting. Is like breathing. I don't have to think about it. Knit, I need to think about it a little bit, but I'm getting better, and I'm really enjoying it more. I've gotten over the learning hump. So, but anyway, this is a very simple scarf. With one scan, you can make a scarf about 35 inches long. If you have two scans of this yarn, all you do is keep on going and you can make a nice longer yarn. Or if you have some super bulky yarn, or even six, if you have bulky yarn in your stash, and you would just have to bring your needles down to maybe a size 10 or 11. You could do this, or just whatever the recommendation is on the wrapper of the scan of yarn. So be looking for that in about 2 weeks. I know a lot of you, don't knit, or you prefer to crochet. That's me entirely as well. But I am enjoying learning something new. And since we've got the time, hey, it's something that you can give a try. Okay, Archernace wants to know, where is the pattern for that sampler? I must have missed it. No, I don't think you have. If you're talking about this one, the Bonnie Bays Bon Bon Blanket, that will be released closer to May 4th. But let me go ahead and let me see if there's anybody else I need to respond to. Yeah, Kathleen, she's like, there's someone's asking for the okay, the pattern. Okay, yeah, I usually do put links in the video description. The pattern has not been released, because if I release the pattern too soon, then everybody wants to know, where are the videos? And it's like, well, the videos don't come until Monday, May the 4th. Okay, or at least the first part. And let me just read you, I talked about this last week. Okay, due to current world circumstances, stock is limited right now on this yarn. I'm using the Good Loops bonbons. The yarn is made in South Africa by a company called Nurturing Fibers. And it's really excellent, very, responsibly sourced and all of that. There are two yarns you can choose from if you go with what I used here. This is Eco Cotton yarn. Now, if you're looking for something a little more high-end, there is another yarn that's very similar. Stephanie Sheldon says that she's in love with the Fusion yarn, even more so than the Eco Cotton. So if you are into the Fusion yarn is 50% cotton, the Eco Cotton, and 50% bamboo, which gives it even a little more drape and a little bit more of just a tiny bit more of a sheen. This doesn't have much of a sheen to it, but it feels just very yummy. It's really was really a delight for me to work with that. It was very easy to block and everything worked out well. But anyway, it's not the most, it's not the cheapest yarn there is either. I mean, it is a little bit of an investment. And for this, you will need one bag of bonbons, and they're little 27-yard samplers, and they have 42 different colors. I think 45 different colors in the bag. You're going to need 42 for the squares. And then you'll need 5 balls, and I don't have that yarn to show you, but they have these little balls of yarn. If you go to their website, that I'll try to put that link in the video description. I don't think it's there right now. I'll have to go check, and let me see if it's here. Let me see if will it show me? Hold on a second. Okay, the link is not there. Yes, it is actually. If you go to, there's a Good Loops yarn, the affiliate link. If you click on that, and you can look for Eco Cotton, and you'll be able to see the yarn. So the link is in the video description. I did better than I thought. And so if you do that, I use for the white or the vanilla color, which is what puts them all together. You're going to need 5 of those balls. They're 50-gram balls, so 5 of those and 1 bag of bonbons. Now, if you would rather pick your colors for the squares and go with a certain select color scheme, which would be a great idea. One ball makes 5 squares. So you're going to need, what, 8, 9 balls of yarn of the colors that you like. And you can make them all the same, or you can make them 3 different colors, 5 different colors. You know, you're the designer here, so you can do whatever you want. So, I mean, in this way, and if you tend to crochet larger, um, you really need to watch your gauge with this particular project, because you've got 27 yards, and if you crochet too big, you know, outside the gauge, you're going to run out of yarn. So, I mean, if that tends to be you, you might want to actually go with the balls of yarn and then select your colors that way rather than going with the bonbons. So that's just a suggestion. I do talk about that in the video as well, because I don't want anybody to be upset with me because you're running out of yarn. But that is a real possibility with the bonbons. So, and there's some things you can do to remedy that. You can go to a smaller crochet hook, or you know, try to crochet tighter. But anyway, that's just something to be aware of going into this project. I don't want anybody going in, you know, without, you know, some that information. Um, yeah, yeah, Becky's telling Sandra that bamboo is amazing. Yeah, and when it's mixed with this cotton, the cotton, I think, gives it a little more stability. Um, I have not worked with their fusion yet. I've worked with their 100% bamboo and their 100% eco cotton. So I need to order me some. So I mean, probably need to beat you guys to the store there so that I can get some of this. Um, okay, I've missed a bunch of questions here. Let me go back. Okay, Barbara said, I would like to make an Afghan with star stitching. Does anyone know how to make a pretty Afghan? Uh, Barbara, I don't have any of those on my channel, but definitely check some of the other YouTube channels out there. There are literally thousands, if not millions, of designs that you can, you know, take a look at, see what you can find. I know that I've seen stoles and shawls like that in Crochet World magazine that you might be able to adapt for a blanket. Kathy says, I will need to look at my needle stash. Sounds like something I will watch. Haven't knitted for almost 30 years. I need cast on refresh. Well, I actually do that. I use the long tail cast on for that particular video. I just really like the way that works for just about everything. Cindy says, I would like to see something from the 2 Celtic crochet books behind you. Okay, actually, the green one back here, I actually have a project on my channel. It's called the Hialeah Honey Baby Blanket. And I also did one of the stole wraps. It is actually, I can't remember the name of it, but if you look under wraps, you'll see that in there. So I have 2 projects from that book. I don't have any, I don't have these on my public channel, but these all have videos. This is part of a book that's available on Amazon. And with that book, if you buy the hard copy, you can get the download, the Kindle version for free as part of the book matching program with Amazon. And when you do that, it makes it a lot easier to get to the actual links of all the video tutorials. I mean, all the projects in this book have the complete video tutorials, but like I said, they are unlisted. They're not part of the public channel. I kind of saved up some of the good stuff and just wanted to share it in a special book, kind of as an experiment. It was my first self-publishing book, and Becky, who's one of our moderators in the chat, was actually one of my editors for that and helped me with the technical issues, making sure that all the information was correct for me. And my daughter-in-law also, both of them are history majors and very meticulous when it comes to the written printed page, and I appreciate that so much. Tiffany Smith says, do you embroider or cross stitch? I can, but how do I say this nicely? I just don't enjoy it as nearly as much as I do working with yarn. I actually cross-stitched my husband's and my vows to one another when we got married, and it's hanging in our bedroom above our bed. And that was one of the last major projects I did, and that was probably 31 years ago. I did one or two other small things that I wanted to have worded hanging, but that's about it. My mom was really big into embroidery, and my daughter Becky, who's moderating this discussion now, she's actually done a lot more embroidery. She finished some pillowcases recently, and is the one to ask about that. So we have Ed granddaughter. So just saying hello. Currently working on one of your blankets. Great. Um, Sandra says, I like that kind of yarn with bamboo in it. It feels so good. Yes, it does, Sandra. It's so soft. The only thing about bamboo is you want to be careful about making garments out of it because it does tend to stretch. It doesn't have the bounce back that wool does. So just FYI. Um, let's see. Crochet Mama says, hello over there. Would like some tutorials of nice pot holders made with different cable stitches. Okay, I will make a note of that, Crochet Mama. That's a great idea. I may go to some of that for the summer, and going into the fall too, because I'm hoping to be traveling a bit if things open up for the latter part of the summer. So let's see. Kathleen says, I'm searching for square knitting needles. Can't hold a round one. So frustrating. I need the grip for two different reasons. Any ideas? I have no idea. I have not seen square knitting needles, Kathleen. I personally, do I have my knitting needles here? No, I don't. I personally prefer the wooden ones. I feel like that has a little more grip for me, and I don't like the sound of metal or stainless steel rubbing against each other. It just kind of sends chills down my spine. I don't like that. So I like the look and the feel of like the natural wood. But I'll keep my eye out. I would just do a quick Google search and see what you find. See, Crochet Mama. Yeah. Yeah, I see what you said. Yeah, I understood your comment there. Yeah. And we have Jay Hook Crochet and More from Germany. Thank you for joining us. And see, Kathy Breyer is helping Crochet Mama. So could you use the pattern squares blanket when they are released? She might be able to, Kathy. Although I don't know that that they would make really good pot holders. I don't know. We'll see. Um, they would have to be doubled or something because I think they're looking to be a little on the holy HOLE side. Um, Probably misspelled that, but anyway. So Deb Sky says she has a couple Knitters Pride cubics. Yeah, that'd be a company to check. Um, yeah, Becky's talking about her embroidery there. I got to see some of her work. It's really beautiful. And I think she got a lot of it just on discount clearance, right, Becky? Um, let's see. Nakat, I'm going to mispronounce this. I'm going to say Elizabeth. Hi, Bonnie. I would like to get some really nice cotton and soft yarn that is a bargain for a whole bunch, like 50 pieces of large grams. Like those really huge ones you get from Red Heart. Some really nice cotton. Ugh. I would take a look at the Knit Picks link. I have that link, I believe, in the video description. I would check out, see what they have. I really like their yarn. I mean, it's surprisingly economical. I like the thinner yarns, the DK or the sport weight for crochet, especially if it's something for summer. If you're just looking for the dishy, dishcloth kind of stuff, I mean, you can get that at your craft stores, but when they're open or when, it's safe, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're looking to do with that. Let's see, Stephanie suggested using embroidery floss when you are making bamboo garments. That's an idea. Huh, that's an idea, Kathy. I hadn't thought of that. Um, Johnny says, everyone please be safe. Back to work. For me, viral hugs to Bonnie, Becky. Oh, thank you, Johnny. That's so sweet. Yeah, I think he was just on his lunch break there down in Florida, sunny Florida. Um, I think Johnny's not too far. I think maybe 30 minutes from where I grew up, which is kind of cool. Um, Patricia says, I'm finally on the ribbing row of the colorful cable throw. You're in the home stretch, Patricia. It's the only pattern so far I haven't had to tear out. Oh dear. Never was able to do the Celtic weave, so think I invented a whole new pattern. Ugh. Oh well, sorry, Patricia. Yeah, the Celtic weave can be kind of one of those pull your hair out moments, kind of a stitch until you get it. But yeah, I'm to blame for that, I'm afraid. And Yvonne says, now that we are staying in these days, I guess staying home in these days, I now have the time to finish my queen size corner to corner Afghan. Wow. Please post. I would love to see that. Even though it's not my pattern, I love to see anything that you all are doing. Just feel free to post it to my Facebook page. I'm not particular, if it's somebody else's work. I mean, I learn from other people all the time, so thank you for posting when you can. Okay, Deborah says there are triangle attachment for pencils you might be able to slide onto crochet hooks. That's an idea. And my thing just jumped on me here. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. Yeah, let's see. Is it Marilena? Says, I have made 24 requested long crocheted beanies for my family. Oh, what fun. Love the pattern. My new recipe that is memorized. Ha, that's kind of funny. I guess you're talking about the long stocking hat. For those of you looking for those really long hats, that have a long, goes way down and has a big pom-pom on the end. I've got that. It's called the long stocking hat. You can just look that up on my channel if you're interested in something like that. Okay. Kathleen wants to know, is there a wooden brand that I prefer? I've heard that's a touchy subject for some. Um, I don't mind sharing what I enjoy. I really like the interchangeable set of needles that I got from Knit Picks, and I think I took them upstairs because I was working with them with the recording. Um, and I think any of them they have some that you can buy. I think there's a Clover, um, the ones that you find in Joanne Fabrics or AC Moore, any of those places. Just the natural wooden ones work fine too. I just like the feel of wood personally, but it's just like shoes. People have their personal preferences, and you just need to find what you like and roll with it, I think. Linda Jones says, just made it back from shopping to say hello, and I'm sad I missed most of the live. Well, you're back, Linda. Thank you for joining us. You can always hit the replay once this, the video processes. Barbara wants to know, how about buntings? I don't have any of those either, Barbara. I'm sorry. But do check out some of these other channels that the ladies are talking about. I'm sure you'll find something there. Sorry, guys. I'm so slow here reading. Barbara says, I'm learning Celtic weave stitches with your video. Thank you. From France. Wow. Bonjour. I would love to see France again. Actually, the movie we watched, I told you, that had some scenes from London that also had had a great car chase in Paris, right around the Arc de Triomphe. So that was really cool to see. Let's see. See, Sandra says she's using embroidery to hand stitch her quilt. Wow. And Jackie wants to know, what is the best way to use a pound skein, from the outside or inside? I personally prefer doing it from the inside, because otherwise that thing is going to jump around and you have to pull at it a lot. So I like to find that inside tag, and even if you can't find that inside string, I just kind of dig in the middle and I just pull out a bunch of it at first until I do find it. That's just my preference, Jackie. I hope that's helpful. Tracy wants to know, could you please let us have the name of the crochet book for sale on Amazon? Thanks from sunny South Africa. Um, this is the one from Amazon. Well, actually, all the books that I have are available on Amazon except for the Celtic Crochet book. The Interweave publication is out of stock. I think it's because of international shipping. That particular book is printed in China. Not my choice. That was the choice of the publisher, and the supply chain has been disrupted because of the virus. So they're sold out everywhere. You can get the digital download, but this one, Cable Crochet Made Easy, is available. I believe it's print on demand book, and like I said, it has the video, uh, the links. The links are listed in the book, and I know they're kind of hard to type all that in. So that's why when you buy this book, if you could go ahead and you might have to do some searching on Amazon, but go for the match book and get that as well, because that way you'll have the digital download. You can access that anywhere. If you're not carrying your book with you, you can just pull it up on your phone or whatever, um, and you can also reach the links a little more easily than just trying to type in the link. I wish I could have made that easier on getting to the links. It's just that with this, in this world that we live in, where things are stolen online all the time, and yes, the two books I have, this one and the Celtic Cable Crochet, actually have been compromised at some point and stolen by piracy online to the tune of close to a year's worth of college tuition for my kids. So I just had to try to do something that makes it a little more difficult for people to kind of, steal. So that's just the world we live in right now. But anyway, um, let's see. I'm going to look and try to get some more of these. See, Julie French says, additionally has square knitting needles. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure if that she meant there. I think she's trying to give us additionally. I don't know if she didn't type the name of a place or if that is the name of a place. But anyway. And Tiffany Smith, thank you for your kind comment. Let's see. Is it Addie? Okay, Addie. Okay, so Addie, I guess, is the name of square knitting needles and square crochet hooks. Wow, I've never used a square crochet hook. I'll have to take a look at that. It kind of boggles the mind. Liz says she's new to crocheting, trying to do a magic ring. Good luck with that, Liz. I think I have a video on that on this channel, but there are many other videos on YouTube. I'm sure you can find a couple of good ones there to help you with that. Now, Elizabeth is saying, I am looking for yarn for worn garments and table runs and placemats. I'm not sure what to tell you. If you're looking for something for table runners and placemat, I would check out the Good Loops yarn. Check out their eco cotton. I think that would make a lovely table runner, and would go well with being the cotton, be easy to wash. Mary Hayes says, late to the party, but we'll watch the replay. And it just jumped on me right as I was reading there. Hope everyone's day is going good. Yes, we're doing well. Liz says she's in Florida. Try not to envy you, Liz. Catherine says, I'm a beginner crocheter and currently using your tutorial for a face mask. Well, thank you, Catherine. I hope it works well for you. That might be a little bit challenging for a beginner, but you could hopefully you'll be able to do it. And Swati is with us. Hey, Swati. Great that you can join us from LA. And Elizabeth says, FYI, I am new to all yarn as in all types to use for what. Yeah, it's quite a learning curve, Elizabeth, and there are new yarns coming out all the time, but yeah, there's a lot to learn. If you ever have any questions, just email me and I'll be glad to, help you out there. Kathy Breyer says, for the Celtic Weave, I used your Celtic Weave specific video tutorial because it gave me more repeats to be comfortable with the stitches. Great. That's why I included those, because I just kind of hit on it a little bit on the the video for the Colorful Cables Throw. I'm glad you're able to find those other stitch videos. Those are some of the first videos I ever released, and most of those aren't even in high definition. They are just recorded with an analog camera before the digital age. Oh, good. Carol says she just went over to Good Loops and ordered bamboo mix for that gorgeous throw. Can't wait. Great, Carol. You have to tell me how you like that. I hope that works out for you. Kathleen says to Deborah, I actually tried 3 different pencil grips. The needles aren't as large in circumference. Grand idea. Okay. And oh, got a lot more comments. Well, you know what? I got just, see, I've already given you the information for the bonbons. I did have one more thing to tell you about before I forget, and then I'll try to, oh, I see Lynn is in the chat. Hey, Lynn. And Liz, is a face mask tutorial on your website? It's not on my website, Liz. It's on my home page. If you just, when the chat is over, if you want to finish out the chat with us, just go to my homepage on YouTube, and it should show up there. And if not, just type in face mask, and it should come up on my channel. Barbara Wilson says pulling out yarn from the middle makes me smile. Yeah, that's just the way to go, you know. Let's see. Catherine wants to know, do I knit as well? Yes, I do, Catherine. In case you missed the early part of this video, I have a new knit pattern coming out in 2 weeks. And if you go to my homepage, hit playlist, and hit knitting, or just type in knit, you should come up with some beginning projects that I have on my channel. I think there are like 6. So very easy, very beginning level kind of things, because that's pretty much where I am right now. Let's see. Linda Jones says, I met someone new who wanted to know how long it takes to feel coordinated doing it. It's been too long ago. Does anyone remember? If you're talking about knit or crochet, I think it just depends on how much time you spend with it. I'm not sure what to tell you, Linda, because I think everybody's a little bit different. And is it Awesome Airy? That's right. Says, hi, Bonnie. I've been working on a throw from my couch using your Arrow Stitch baby blanket tutorial. Great. I love the Arrow Stitch. It's such a pretty stitch, and it's easy, and it goes so quickly. So those of you looking to learn the Arrow Stitch, check that out. I've got lots of things using that stitch on my channel. Priscilla says she made crochet shoes, and I use a flip-flop sole. That's cool. I think the first time I ever seen crochet shoes of any kind, and Becky will remember this, this was at the shoe store near the fountain in Rome. We were on a big family trip. The only time our kids have actually been on an airplane. It was a long story, but that there's a store, and those of you, this is getting a little nostalgic here. If y'all ever seen the movie Roman Holiday, with 2 of my favorite actors, Gregory Peck and Audrey Hepburn. And there's a store where they go into that's near the, forget the name of the fountain, but it's right there in the movie. And we didn't realize until we got home, and then we watched Roman Holiday after we had been to Rome, and we had gone into that exact same store, the same place where Audrey Hepburn buys a pair of shoes, you know, many years ago. And we're like, oh, that's where Becky got her shoes. And that's actually where I took some pictures of shoes in the window that were made using crochet. I just thought it was so beautiful. I saw a lot of crocheted stuff in the windows in Rome. It was really cool. And that was way back in 2013. Only time I've been there. Let's see, Brat's mom. Hey, Brat's mom. She's Knitter of Pride. Yes, he's helping our friends here find these cubic square needles. I'm gonna have to now you guys have me curious. I'm gonna have to look into that and see what the big deal is about that. And let's see. Okay, Judy says, good morning, everyone. My current work in progress is the Tree of Life Afghan Thank you all for your instructions on this one. I'm also working on the backpack from your Celtic book. Well, great, Judy. I hope you find them both easy to do. I know that the Tree of Life Afghan is a little challenging. That's not my original pattern, but I was asked by somebody at some point to do that, and I got permission from Lion Brand Yarns, who owns the free pattern. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's quite a stunning Afghan. I was really impressed with it. Um, had some issues understanding the pattern at a couple points, and I hope I made it clear for you. Yeah, Kathleen says she knows Roman Holiday. Oh, it's such a great movie. Very sad. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I just wish the ending were a little bit different. Don't want to spoil it for anybody, but if y'all get a chance to watch that, it's a great movie to watch with your family. Um, and Chandra said, I just crochet. I figured if I learned crochet well, I would just stay with crochet and perfect it. Sandra, that's been my motto for 50 years, but then, or 40 some odd years. And then a few years ago, my friend, like I think I told you the story, she made me sit down with her and learn. She owns a yarn store. She's originally from Russia, a brilliant woman, and named Svetlana Ford. And she taught me, and I realized this isn't so bad. This is actually kind of fun, because she taught me the continental style, where it's very similar to crochet. If it wasn't real similar to crochet, I would not have really been interested. But anyway, I'm really enjoying it. Not trying to be pushy about that at all. It's just throwing that out there. Yeah, Becky, send your picture of your Kathleen and Becky are talking about her Lady and the Tramp pillow pillowcases. Becky, post to my Facebook page if you want to share that with folks. That would be kind of fun. Excuse me. All right, well, I wanted to show you one more thing, and it is, oh my goodness, it's 1 o'clock, a little after 1 already. I have a new design coming for those of you who are subscribers to Crochet World magazine. This is all I can show you right now. I don't have my copy yet. It hasn't come in the mail yet, but Crochet June edition should be on the newsstands soon, but not that anybody's going to look at newsstands anymore. But if you are a subscriber, I have a new design, which is kind of fun for the summer. This is a messenger bag, and it is made of cotton yarn. This is this nice, really nice cotton yarn by Lion Brand. I don't have a scan to do I have a scan to show you here? Let me look and see. No, I don't see it. But for this bag, I also fully lined the bag with cotton fabric, and the strap as well. I lined it with the same kind of a really pretty fabric, but you can't see it here, but a really nice fabric on the inside strap to give that stability, because as you know, if you don't do that with the crochet, it's going to be very long, and that purse is going to be down to the floor if you put a book or something in it. But so you have to have a little bit of sewing skills as well. But it is a new, kind of one of my newer cabling designs that I've been playing with for a while, and I'm going to be having more designs with that coming up very soon. So, and let's see, I wanted to read a little verse, just a couple verses to you today. Was reading this morning, and I just wanted to leave you all with, some encouragement, something that's outside of the news, outside of the fiber world, and hopefully this will help. This encouraged my heart a couple days ago, and I read it again today, and I thought, yeah, I think I want to share this. This is from Psalm 147. I've been working my way through the Psalms very slowly and meticulously with a book by Mr. Spurgeon for the last year and a half. And so this just really struck me today. I just wanted to go ahead and read this. His delight is not in the strength of the horse, nor his pleasure in the legs of a man. But the Lord takes pleasure in those who fear him and in those who hope in his steadfast love. So I just thought that might hopefully leave you with a little bit of hope there, and you know, putting our hope not in face mask, not in the governments of the world, but in something much greater, which is the Lord. So that's my personal conviction, and you know, I do hope that is yours as well, or will become yours as well. So anyway, let me just catch up a little bit. Just a couple more comments came in. Jackie says she loves the bag. Can't wait to try it. Yes, it is. It is only available in the magazine right now, Jackie. If they give me permission to crochet the bag for the video, I will definitely do that. I do have some yarn left over. I think enough to do that. She says, so Kathleen says, I love cables. What a bonus for a bag. Thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, this was a fun bag. This was a fun bag to make. And it really, this is just such a grainy looking picture. It doesn't do the design justice, I don't think. But you get an idea. So those of you who already subscribe, you know, you'll be getting that pattern in the book with about 27 other lovely patterns from many other people as well. And looks like Bobby is in our chat. Hey, Bobby, hope you're doing well. He says, I'm a little late to the party. Yep, that's okay. There's always the replay. Thank you, Elaine. I'm glad you like that. The verse. I always try to leave you guys with some hope, because I know the world can be kind of a scary place and quite frankly disappointing in many ways. But there's more. That's the good news. Yes, Catherine says, yeah, you can carry more projects in the bag. And well, and I think on that note, I think it is time for me to sign off and just thank you again for joining me for another edition of Friday Fun Live. And Lord willing, I will see you next week, and we'll be still here in Maryland. And hopefully I will have reports of a wonderful painting project done. But anyway, well, God bless you all. Bye-bye.